Yo, what's going on, guys? So, just want to put out a little video. Did make a video on Friday as was ready to get to the weekend. So we just want to put out something. Obviously, we had a trading day today. Highly recommended you didn't trade that, but if you did, made money, good job. But going into this week, as you see, if you remember what I pointed out last week, we have weekly FEG. We have weekly FEG down here. We have weekly FEG down here. That could, and now we've kind of got like this weekly breaker here, right? Where, we got up here, we, we took a high, we took this low, and then we closed back above, kind of got like this weekly breaker here. I could see some kind of move down into either this weekly FEG. I guess we haven't formed this one yet, right? This was the one we just made last week. This one right here is not valid yet because obviously this week just started. So I think we could get some kind of move down into here, which what lines up with the weekly breaker. You now have like a big old weekly order block that needs filled, and then potentially look higher. But if we do look lower, we got FEGs out here and stuff. But once you really start breaking through like a breaker, I mean, it usually gives you a good sign of where price really wants to go. So I'll be watching. We got a weekly imbalance down here to 18,052 level or so. But first things first, I'll be watching this daily FEG, this weekly FEG down here. This bad boy begins right at that 18,621 level. So any kind of pullback, with displacement to the downside, that's where I'll be looking. But as of right now, I mean, this just looks like, you know, uh, you know, like I've been saying at all time highs, you just long until this thing doesn't work anymore. So, and then if you're looking here, you had weekly order block here, right? Remember this weekly order block sitting right here, these two down candles. Then when we closed above, and then if you draw the wick of this one, look how price one, two, three, four times supported this here, telling us that price wanted to go back up and take a new high, right? So that's what happened here when we wicked down here. We went back up, took a new previous day high, right? And then you see this would be today. You see today we already took yesterday's high. So we already took yesterday's high. It's possible we come down and take a low, but I would say it looks like our current draw is going to be up here to last week's high, and that, what that means, new all-time highs. And then maybe we get some kind of move, all-time highs. We sweep that liquidity. No reason to go back up. Need to go sweep some lows. Maybe take a this day daily low, and then down here put fills in that weekly FVG that I showed you down at that 621 level. And what also that means? We take last week's low. What do we know about daily highs, lows, weekly lows, highs, whatever? There's always big liquidity sitting there. That's where big money stop losses are. And what does the this algorithm love to do? Its job is to get liquidity and inject that liquidity back into the market. So it's kind of what I'm looking for. It might be a slower week with it's already Tuesday. It's a 4-day week, but we'll have to see. So let's go to a little lower time frame and see like what I'm looking at from a smaller time frame. So you remember Friday, right? We had Friday we swept one daily low, one daily low, daily low for a total of three, right? Swept all these. The liquidity was swept, which means potential reversal. You see, we got it. What told us that we were going to go higher? Most likely this week was this 4-hour FEG. Or we closed above it Friday afternoon in the PM session. We got a little dip down into this 4-hour, and then you see on our way up, we actually made a 4-hour fair value gap sitting here, and you see what happens as soon as we dug into that 4-hour FEG. Just a little tap of it. It's all that it needed was a little love tap. Didn't even get 50%, which is showing you that the market wanted to push higher. So now you see today we closed over these two down candles, kind of like the daily I just showed you. So now this is like your daily order block here. We could come all the way down to this one down here. Fill all this in, and then you get a move like this. But overall, still looks very bimodally to me, right? You got You got the nice sell model down to the lows, liquidity swept, and then back up here, sweep this high, and then maybe that possible reversal. So hope you enjoy that art there. That looks fantastic. But that's what I'm kind of thinking. Looks like a buy model back to all time highs, guys. So the one thing we have to watch is if ES takes that high first, right? Looks like ES is gonna be a lot weaker. Yeah, ES hasn't even got to this 4-hour FVG that's sitting up here. It needs to get over this before it even thinks about all-time highs. The weakness in ES makes me think that we do get a decent move down to that weekly FVG this week. Uh, you see, ES did make a weekly FVG as well, sitting down here at that 52.74 level. So it'd be looking for ES to get down there and rebalance that potentially. Another thing to watch is the weekly this weekly down candle on ES. If it closes above it this week, we're gonna have a weekly order block, as well as it is the last week of the month, right? So if you look at the monthly chart at all, you'll see we're possibly looking at a monthly order block here, right? Down candle, swept a low, it's previous month's low. If we close above here on May 31st, we need to we need to beware and be like, anytime we're shorting now we're into a monthly order block, and this thing is showing us a very high time frame bullish analysis. So just something I'm going to be watching for this week is that monthly close candle. It's going to be very, very important. So right now, so I just showed you the 4-hour. What I'm looking at, let's go look at the hourly here, because I'm sure we're pulling down to an hourly FEG from today. So yeah, we definitely are. So you see, this is what I'm watching here. I do believe we have some equal lows down here below. Let's see if these are equal right here. 859.50, 859.50. So these are going to be a target at some point, either whether today or after we pull back. I'm sure there's more equal lows down here as well, especially with the lower volume today. So maybe not hold a ton of weight to them, just because of the lower volume. The equal lows may not have as much pull on price, but keep these marked 859. You could see some kind of move. Maybe we just chop here all night, and then in the morning, this is your 10 o'clock Judas swing, and then back up to the all-time highs up here, or even just these highs as well. So keep an eye on those as well. But for now, overnight, just gonna watch this hourly. If we inverse this, then we probably go down for at least this order block and probably the equal lows. Because remember, where does that? Let's see. So the equal lows line up with. So they line up in the middle of this 4 hours. So we could rebalance, this both these 4-hour order blocks, come down to the the equal lows, and then bounce. It's also a possibility. But as of right now, we're still holding this hourly FVG. We'll see if we close back. If we close below it, then we know we're probably going. We have a little bit lower to go. But that's just all I'll be watching tonight. With that, let's see. You see how we kind of got this as well. Let's see if we got some 15-minute equal lows. So looks like maybe here. Nope, there's no equal lows there. So remember, we could bounce from these 15s as well. So you got to keep an eye on these, as well as this is you see we're now hitting 50% here, as well as we're in this tiny 15. Just watch here. Kind of got like a 15-minute a 15-minute order block as well sitting here. So just watch out. Watch these 15s and watch this hourly tonight. Those really start getting displaced through, then the equal lows down there at that 859.50 level are going to be the level to watch for a potential Judas swing going into tomorrow morning. So with that, hope you guys had a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you guys bright and early.